what you got. Oh, I can't see tomorrow. Gotta live, try to get a little wiggle room, the rest don't stop. Quid pro quo, I need the best y'all got. Trying to make a dollar, flip it like it's vinyl. Trying to make a way. What's it worth to you if the price too high? Quid pro quo, I need the best y'all got. Give me your best. Don't tell me nothing less, cause I'm giving you 100. How you always leaving me with nothing? I'm not impressed. It's gonna take more than this, cause I'm giving you 100. And I don't even know if I can trust you for nothing.
Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to My Days Are All Mixed Up. I guess this is Wednesday. Good morning. Good morning, Teal. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Shay. Look, Teal's in the house early this morning. She's the first one on. Hope everybody's looking forward to a fantastic Wednesday. I know I am. Days are a little off. Confusion reigns, not supreme, but it's actually there just because today's a driving day for me back to Tennessee. Waking up in Tennessee on a Wednesday and going to sleep or waking up in Georgia on a Wednesday and going to sleep in Tennessee on a Wednesday is different for me. Good morning, Mags. How are you? This coffee mug right here is how I feel this morning. Give Halston a kiss for me, Mags. A sweet little baby girl. Y'all looking forward to a great call. Looking forward to a great morning. Actually, I woke up to a shocking surprise, and that is that my wife was awake at 5:15, and she is. I'm gonna tell you, man, she is on a heater right now. A heater, I tell you. She has poured through more numbers than freaking Steve Jobs and what's his name when they started IBM or Apple long ago. Hey, good morning. My name is Aaron Dwyer. My wife, Christy Dwyer, and I own Exit Realty Lake Country. And every single morning, 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, we get up and have a phone call, have this video call with our agents and give them some motivation, a little bit of love, try to spread a little light, a little hope on their morning, because we know that if your morning goes well, if you create a great morning, then you've got a really good chance of having a really great day. So hope you're with us this morning. If you're up with us this morning, here's kind of the rule that you got to let us know you're here. Throw your name on the chat and the comments so that I know who we're talking to. Our agents kind of know this, and they jump in here and say good morning and get going. But if you're watching this on some other platform on YouTube or it got shared to you, then hopefully something that I say today helps you get through your day and maybe has some impact for you. So good morning. Let's get going. Let's get rolling. Maggie said we almost stayed up to see this call. Oh my gosh, Halston. Well, good morning, Holly Bear. Love you, girl. Good morning, Cynthia. Do what? She said they've been up since 4:45 or 3:30. And I'm gonna have if you hear me talking, I promise you I'm not talking to myself, and I do talk to the voice on my shoulder sometimes. Y'all know I've said that before, and I actually do. But this morning I'll be talking to the voice over my shoulder. That will be my wife in the other room. So it's all good. We're gonna have a good time. Good morning, Cynthia. Had a really good day yesterday. Cynthia, how you feeling this morning? It's awful when you get a call, like if your kids have been involved in some kind of accident or something's hurt. I will tell you right now, it's just as bad when one of you guys gets in an accident and gets hurt. We had a meeting with Cynthia yesterday at the Hartwell office, and we're walking back in. Vanessa had walked in for a meeting, and I see Christy's face just get all like crazy superhero looking. And she's like, what? Jumps up and puts on her cape, and we go chasing Christy out the door, and Cynthia had been hit at the intersection right behind the office and got hit pretty hard. So she was shaken up a little bit, but I heard something the other day, and it's something that you're going to hear us say a lot because it's so powerful and it's so true. Your tribe creates your vibe. and your vibe powers your tribe. So it's almost like this self-perpetuating, this self-feeding organism that your tribe creates the vibe that you guys run with. And that vibe powers, it's the fuel, it's the energy behind your tribe. And one of the things that I'm most proud of, I think, and one of the things that Christy and I are most proud of, I believe, is in the creation of Exit Realty Lake Country, we have built a tribe. And our tribe over the last few days, last 6 months, last whatever's, um, our tribe has been like a heartbeat. It gets big and it gets small, and it gets bigger and it gets smaller, and it gets larger and it gets little. And but our tribe, the vibe between the energy behind it, that's self perpetuating, that's feeding and growing and doing what it does in this tribe. It jumped in there yesterday. Um, Michelle, somebody text Michelle Tilson, tell her she's late. That we're already rocking and rolling. I don't know what her Facebook must not be working, but I was so proud to see one, my wife jump in there and doing what she does. Two, Anna Davis, Lynn Garrison jumping in and helping and doing things. I mean, when you could call on people to be there in a drop of a hat, a moment's notice, y'all, that's what tribe's all about. That's what family's all about. And that's one of the beautiful things about this company. Good morning, Anna Davis. I just your ears must have been burning. One of the most beautiful things about this company is that very thing, is that our tribe is so powerful, and our tribe is so amazing that we can just count on it. We can count on each other to jump in there and do things when we need them done, and we can jump in there and take care of each other when each other needs it, when each other are down. And y'all, we talk about collaboration and we talk about cooperation, but and that's great and that's fantastic. And on a very superficial level, that's what we do. But this is so much deeper than that. And I'm really proud of that fact. I'm really proud of our tribe and what we do and how we do it. So I'm sorry you had that accident, Cynthia. I really am. I know that's it's a pain in the butt to have to go through that and had to deal with all that stuff. But gosh, dog, where her vehicle was hit was exactly perfect to take most of that energy, because if he'd have hit her probably 4 feet back towards her door, we'd have had a wholly different conversation, and it'd have been a different situation. So thank you, God, for taking care of Cynthia, and thank you, Lynn, and thank you, Anna, for being freaking awesome. Thank you, Vanessa Sell, for being there and being there for her. So let's get rolling, man. I'm telling you, there are so many cool things coming right now. And I told y'all, my wife's on a heater, so y'all better tie yourself into our company, because she's flat praying people out of it right now. I told her last night. I said, "Man, y'all can just hear it. It sounds like that Charlie Brown show. If y'all are old enough to remember Charlie Brown, the teacher goes, wah, wah, wah. That's what you hear Christy from the other room. She's over there. Yeah. I told her last night, I said, man, you need to start praying for people to stay instead of people to leave. Because holy smoke, man. It's crazy right now. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But did anybody text Michelle Tilson and tell her that we're here? Let me text her real quick. No, she just sent a text and said call this morning. Bless her heart. She's usually better than that. Cynthia, I don't blame you. Cynthia said I was counting my blessings and praising God last night for protection and provision, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So this morning, we're on number 5, I believe, of Grant Cardone's 32 things successful people do. And Christy and I have sort of had this renewed interest in Grant Cardone. I've known who Grant Cardone is for a while, and Carson Chitwood loves Grant Cardone, and he talks about Grant Cardone all the time. And he's really dying to meet Grant Cardone, and he's hoping to get a chance to meet him. But which is fantastic. I mean, there are worse role models to have, I'd say. So Christy and I are doing in this Unbreakable Business. Morning, Michelle T. We're doing this Unbreakable Business training with Grant Cardone. It's a virtual training that we're doing, And again, you are late, Vanessa. I was wondering if what this day was coming to, if you weren't up and going. I'm not sure what happened there. Vanessa Self just showed up, and she's usually the first one through the door. Um, but we're doing this training, right? We're in this renewed interest in Grant Cardone, and in his book 10X, which I just finished. Uh, the 10X book, he goes through 32 things, 32 characteristics of successful people. And I've been going through this for the last few days and since last week. And this morning we're on number 5. And number 5 is seek to solve problems. Seek to solve problems. That's the number 5 thing that successful people do is they seek to solve problems. Coach Burt says money changes hands when problems are solved. And it's true. And he always says the bigger problem you solve, the more money exchanges hands. So when somebody has a really big problem, if you can find a really big solution to that problem, then a lot more money exchanges hands because that big problem has more value. There's more energy with that big problem. There's more emotion with that big problem. There are more things that surround that big problem. So if you can solve big problems, you can make big money. But that's what I'm talking about today. I think Christy is a master of seeking to solve problems. Y'all know that we talk all the time, and you hear her say, "I'm very." Some of us, like me, and maybe it's a man thing, and maybe it's not a man thing, but some people see a problem, and many times they only see one solution. They only see one way to work that out. And a lot of us get tore up on that one way to work that out when it doesn't seem to progress like we think it ought to progress. When we have the solution in our mind and we have a picture of what we think what it ought to look like, and then things begin to happen. Things begin to unravel. People begin to leave. People begin to say things. You have the people around the corner throwing rocks at you, or trying to prevent the solution from taking place. And many times we get frustrated when it doesn't look like we think it ought to look. And instead of continuing down the path to find an alternate solution, many times people like me, if you're very singularly focused on your solution, you'll quit. You'll get discouraged. You'll give up. You'll change channels. You'll say, well, maybe I wasn't supposed to do that. Maybe that wasn't God's will for me to find that solution to that particular problem. So I'm just going to go over here and look on TikTok, or I'm going to get on Facebook. Good morning, Casey. And I didn't say good morning, Jessica Stevenson. Good morning, Jessica Stevenson. And Cynthia and Michelle and everybody. I didn't say good morning to. So I'm sorry that rabbit trail. Christy is a master, and people who are truly good at this, who have this gift, because Christy reframes this and it's words, but she actually vets this out. This actually comes out in what she does in her actions, because she I hear her say this all the time, especially when she's talking to like a making a hotel reservation or trying to book a vacation or even dealing with a client. Look, these are her words. I get the ways it won't work. I get what you're saying. I'm just looking for one way that it will. Help me find one way that we can make this work, and let's start there. And she's a master at that. I'm telling you, that is a gift. When you can look at a situation that is a particular problem, successful people seek solutions. Successful people seek resolution to issues. They don't get hung up in the issue. They don't get hung up in the problem. They don't get hung up in the challenge. And they don't stop when things get tough. They don't quit when people leave. They don't quit when people stop being who you thought they were. They don't quit when situations change and environments change. They just find different ways to work around it. And I'm telling y'all, even yesterday, this is something, and I'm just revealing. Just it's a part of it's part of my C personality, I suppose. But like, I have running shoes, right? I have shoes that I run in. I have other shoes that are athletic in nature. They're fairly comfortable and could probably run in them, but I don't run in those shoes because they're not made for running. And I probably could get away with it, but I don't run in those shoes. So yesterday, and I forgot about this, we had separate cars, went separate directions, and my running shoes were in the car that Christy was driving. The vehicle that I had did not have my running shoes in it. So when I got home to do my 45-minute outside exercise, I walked my 45 minutes instead of running the portions of my 45 minutes. Good morning, Lynn Garrison. Thank you for yesterday, by the way, for being so stinking awesome. I always want to tell you that face to face. Thank you. But I get locked up in the fact that I don't have my running shoes, right? And now I'm not going to go run. And I start making all these excuses in my head. I start telling myself and trying to convince myself the thing on my shoulder says, well, those aren't your running shoes, sir. Your running shoes are in the back of Christy's car. So I'm not even sure why you want to go work out right now. Are you why you would want to go outside and even try to run because you don't have your running shoes? And of course, you have to have your running shoes to run. I mean, y'all, we do these things. We begin to talk ourselves out of finding the way to make it work when one little thing is off. When there's one little thing, oh, you don't have ranch dressing? Well, I'm not eating here. Oh, yeah. Do you know there's a restaurant in Brazelton that doesn't have ranch dressing? I mean, I've never in my life thought a restaurant would not have ranch dressing, but there's actually a restaurant in Brazelton that doesn't have ranch dressing. But when you get to a place where you're not going to eat at a restaurant because they have ranch dressing, you may have a you issue. That's not a restaurant issue. That's a you issue. And sometimes when we're seeking to solve problems, and the problems sometimes become bigger than the solutions, because many times the problems are bigger than the solutions. And more times than not, the problems become bigger than the solutions of our own choosing. Lynn said we've already made plans for a playground day. I'm gonna tell you what, Cynthia Porter's kids just got them a new. They got them a new. What are they going to call you, Lynn? Grammy. I heard that from the crowd. They're going to call you Grammy. So Cynthia Porter's kids. Cynthia Porter has a wreck. They lose a vehicle, but they gain a Grammy. I'm gonna tell you what. That's a good trade. That's a good trade. I'll take that one every single day. Yeah, Lynn just said Grammy. I love it, y'all. I love that. I love that. I love it. I love it. We have to be very, very careful that we don't make the problems so big. We don't make the problems bigger than they need to be. Because I promise you, life, you are going to be challenged. You're going to be challenged. There are going to be things that are going to happen in your life that aren't what you expect. That's the wonderful, beautiful, crazy, awful thing about life. Is this morning at whatever time it is, at 6:51 Eastern time, everything is peaceful and wonderful. I can look outside. There's nothing out there. It's dark. The sun hasn't come up yet. I'm sitting here having a phone call with you guys about how much I love y'all, about how much you love us, and we're going to share this morning together. But we don't know what's going to happen 15 minutes from now. We don't know if the Chinese are going to come invade the country in the next 3 hours. We don't know. You don't know. You can't predict it. What's certain about life is it's uncertain. What's certain about life is there's change. What you can count on is it's going to change. Change is a certainty. People are going to come and go out of your life. People that you thought you could trust, they're going to reveal themselves that you can't trust them. People that you thought loved you are going to reveal themselves that they really didn't love you as much as they loved themselves. There are going to be things that are going to happen in life where it's going to change. Successful people deal with that change. They deal with the uncertainty, and they keep putting one foot in front of the other and say, I don't care how it doesn't work. It doesn't matter to me how it's not going to work. I just care about the one way we can make it work. I don't care about the 1,000 ways it's not going to work. Just find me one way it will. I don't care about the hundreds of no's that I got today. I just need a yes. I don't care about how many doors I knock on that tell me no. I just need one door to say, yeah, come in here and talk to me. I'd love for you to list my house. I don't care about all the for sale by Erica Macklin. I haven't seen her this morning, but I don't care about all the for sale by owners that tell me no. I just need the one that's going to tell me yes. Because if I can string 10, 15, 25 yeses in a year in this business, y'all, if you could think about this. Take this perspective to heart. If you could string together 20 yeses in this business, you would make $150,000, $160,000 a year. If you could just find 20 people a year to say, yes, help me sell a house. Yes, help me buy a house. If you could only string 20 of those together and just put 20 of those together every single year, you'd be in the top 5% of all real estate wage earners in this industry. Isn't that crazy? Think about that. Put that in perspective for a second. Stop getting so hung up on the no's. Stop getting so hung up on the challenges. Stop getting so hung up on the problems and get more focused on a solution. Stop looking for ways that it's not going to work and find ways that it will work. Y'all, change is inevitable. Life is about change. What worked for us yesterday doesn't work for us today. The path you took yesterday was for yesterday. The path for yesterday is not the path for today. And the path for tomorrow is going to be different than the path of today. That's the beautiful thing about this journey. I believe the beautiful thing about this life, my C personality hates uncertainty. My C personality hates change. My wife sitting in the other room is such a creature of habit, it is unreal. And she despises change, but she still always looks for solutions. She still always looks for the way to make things work, even in spite of how things are changing and how things are different and how things ebb and flow in this business and how things ebb and flow in life. She's always got her eyes set on a solution. She always has her mindset, her heart set on finding a way to make it work. And that's what makes her so stinking special. And if you could ever make that be a part of who you are, make that be a part of how your life works, make that be a part of how you do your business every single day, how you do what you do and how you do life every single day. Y'all, it'll help your finances. It's going to help your relationships with your spouses. It's going to help your relationship with yourself. It's going to help your relationship with your real estate clients. It's going to help every single piece of your life. Because the one thing that you can count on is it ain't going to be the same. Today is never going to be the same as yesterday. And y'all, we would hate life if today was the same as yesterday and the next day was the same as the 2 days previous. Most of us get so unbelievably bored with having the days be the same over and over and over and over. As humans, we love challenges. We love seeking out new things. We love adventure. We love to learn. One of the things that makes us happier or happiest is finding new challenges, learning new information, finding some new something to push ourselves to gain knowledge, to gain experience, to gain something that we don't have right now. That invigorates us. That makes us happy. So you're in the business of seeking solutions. You're in the business of finding solutions to problems. You're in the business of helping people get from point A to point B, building a bridge, getting from here to here. That's your business. That's what you do. You're every single day that you wake up, you should be opening up your eyes, taking big, deep breaths, and soaking in life. And your mission every single day is going to find people that I can help them. Your mission every single day is finding more people to bring solutions to their problems. Every single day, you should be waking up trying to find new situations and new relationships and new things that you can do to help people get from here or from here to here. That's this business. That's life. That's life. Because it's inevitable. Change brings problems. Change brings issues. When change happens, there are situations that are different. Things don't always look the same. But see, but here's crazy. I say this all the time, and I say this sometimes when I'm talking to agents. Everybody wants to be wanted, but nobody wants to be recruited, right? Everybody wants to feel special, and they want to feel like they're a part of someone else's story, and everyone wants to feel like they're desirable, and everyone wants to feel appreciated by other people. Yet we shrink away and we shy away when other people find value in us or see value in us, and they hate to be recruited. So I say that all the time. Agents want to be loved, but they don't want to be recruited, and it's the craziest thing in the world. We hate normalcy as humans. We sometimes shrink away from mundane, same old. Yet we despise change. It's this great paradox. We live in this gray area between I don't want it to be the same, but I don't want it to be different. We live in this confusion of I don't want it to be boring and be like it always is. I don't want to live Groundhog Day over and over and over and over again. But gosh, dog, I hate change. I hate it to be different. Oh, so understanding that you're in this gray area, understanding that you're in this area, this what I heard years and years ago, moments of puzzlement. When I was a police officer and I would do a lot of training, we had these moments of puzzlement, and in these trainings that I would go to, I did a lot of tactical training and firearms training and shooting and trying to jump off of buildings and blow stuff up and shoot really cool guns and try to generally be a badass. And one of the guys that I went to for training a lot, he said, when the feces hit the oscillator and the bullets start flying at you, and your brain realizes that they're actual bullets flying at you, as humans, and in your brain, we have these moments of puzzlement. We have these brief moments where we're not sure what we ought to do. We're looking around and we recognize, oh my gosh, those are actual bullets that are coming at me. Oh my gosh, they're actually throwing punches at me. Oh my gosh, I'm actually in a fight. Oh my gosh, I've actually been hit by another car in the intersection. Oh my gosh, this happened or that happened. And we have these moments of puzzlement. My encouragement to you is, or my challenge to you is, don't let your moments of puzzlement become minutes. Don't let your moments of puzzlement become months. Don't let your moments of puzzlement become years. Don't get stuck in the moment of puzzlement. Don't get stuck in the unknown, because a lot of us get stuck in the unknown, and we're like a lost kid at the department store. And the lady, y'all remember this? Gosh, I remember this so much. I'm telling y'all, I was an absolute craphead as a kid. And we go to a store and I don't know if y'all remember these. I don't know about Georgia, but in Tennessee, we had stores like Castner Knott and Kane. I remember these Kane Sloan and these big department stores. And we'd go in the big department stores, and inevitably, I'd have to go to the bathroom. Not much has changed. I'm 50. That still happens when I go to department stores. And I had to go to the bathroom, and I'd take off, right? And I was at 8 years old, 6, 7, 8 years old, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, and I'm headed to the back corner of the department store to go to the bathroom. And in my typical Aaron fashion, as I'm going to the bathroom, I'm always going to go through the toy aisle. And I get to the toy aisle, and then I go to the bathroom. I come back to the toy aisle, and I stay there. Now, you think my mom would understand this about me by now, but I'm not sure that she would sometimes even remember that I was with her, because I would hear, um, "Shh, Aaron, please come. Aaron Dwyer, please come to the front counter. Aaron Dwyer, please come to the front counter. Your mother's waiting to leave." And I would hear that over and over and over again. What I don't want you to be is Aaron Dwyer, the department store walker in the toy aisle, not knowing where your mom is, not knowing which direction to go. When those moments of puzzlement become minutes, and they become months, and they become years. I don't want you sitting there in the department store just looking around going, "Man, I wonder where my mom is," or "Man, I wish I could get out of here," or "Man, what am I supposed to do now?" I want you to be in this place where you're more like, "Let's go find a solution to this." Where you find somebody else. You may have an accountability partner. You may have somebody that jumps in there with you, and they look at you and they say, "Hey man, let's figure this out together. What can I do here?" That's the beauty of a tribe. That's the beauty of collaboration. That's the beauty of Exit Realty Lake Country, is because every single one of you has somebody else that you can call when you're having that moment, when you're in that moment where something doesn't feel right, doesn't seem right. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure where I should go. Y'all can pick up the phone and call anybody in this company and ask them a question, and they're going to help you. You could pick up that phone and call Christy and ask her, "Hey, I've got the situation other than Winston's because I don't know if I've told the story. I don't know how you fix this. This moment of puzzlement, this may turn into a month-long moment of puzzlement." We heard this the other day, and those at the leadership, I don't see Winston on here this morning, so I'm gonna tell the story. So Winston's got a deal. I think he's representing the buyers, and I've never heard this. This is one. This is a top tenner right here. This is a top tenner for sure. He's representing a buyer on a transaction. The listing agent, through the title search, has a will attached to the title. In the will of the title, it says the woman who owned the house had 8 cats, and the house could not be conveyed to another party until all 8 cats were dead. She left the house to the cats. So until all 8 cats could be confirmed deceased and or moved out and or whatever, the house could not be conveyed to another buyer, to another owner. So Winston, we asked Winston, "How many cats have you seen?" And he says, "0. There are no cats." So now they're challenged to get to closing to adhere to the conditions of the last will and testament of this woman who's gone on to the buy and buy. They got to confirm the death of 8 cats. I'm not sure if you know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. How can you confirm the death of 8 cats? That, my friends, is a moment of puzzlement. That, my friends, could turn into a month of puzzlement. But again, for Winston to properly represent his buyer, he's got to find a solution to that problem, because right now, that particular condition of the will is a problem for the buyer. And in Winston's wisdom, the ultimate crazy cat lady, that right there is the ultimate crazy. That is hashtag FAFO if I've ever seen one. Because I promise you, that condition of her will and last will and testament got entered. That got entered because of some conversation. I promise you, there's a sister, brother, cousin that was involved in that deal, and she says, "You know what? I'll show you." And she left the house to the cats instead of leaving it to somebody else. Cynthia, I have no idea if they're chipped. I have no clue. I would doubt they're chipped. I mean, I would think, but maybe they are. I mean, I'm trying to put two and two together here. If someone leaves a house to cats, you would think that there's a possibility that the cats could be chipped. At the same time, it's just as likely that the person is absolutely crazy, and she is a crazy cat lady, and she might have had 17 cats, but these 8 are the ones she left the house to, and they're not chipped. I have no idea. But that is a problem, y'all. That is, Cindy said, "How would anyone know?" Thus the crux of the problem. How do you confirm the death of cats? I don't know. That's a problem. So Winston's going to find a solution to that problem to make that thing work, to make it happen, to close that transaction, to make sure that her buyer or his buyer gets the house that they want. Okay? Or he could quit. Or he could say it's impossible, can't do it, can't find it, I'm out. Teal said, "I do believe Winston will have to bring some bodies. Go to the cat store and get some cats, and there they are." No, don't do that, Winston. That'd be a bad idea. I want you to get into a habit. I want you to get into this thing where you don't see the problem. You recognize there's a problem. You recognize there's a change. You recognize something has adjusted. There is some altering of what has always been. And I want you to take time to recognize that, but then look to the solution, because I promise you, there's always a silver lining to every dark cloud. The Bible says the sun always comes up in the morning. That even in the darkest storm, the sun always rises. There's always hope. There's always that sliver. There's not a situation. All things work together for good for those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. Not a few things, but all things. And if you could ever wrap your mind around, there's not a problem I can't find a solution to. There's not a problem that I can't find a way out. There's not a challenge that I can't overcome. There's not anything that I can't go do. When you can ever build that mindset, build that heart set, build in your spirit that you're absolutely unshakable, that no matter what changes around you, you're going to be okay. Y'all, that's some powerful stuff right there because you can't beat somebody who won't quit. You can't catch somebody who won't stop running. You can't overtake someone who won't stop. And that's what I want you to have. Successful people always seek to solve problems. So maybe that's what your challenge is today. Maybe that's what I want you to do today. Maybe I want you to get out today and go find how many problems you can solve. Maybe I want you to get out today. Look at your life. When you get up and take your shower and you get rocking in your day, I want you to look at maybe some of the issues that you're having. Are you not getting enough deals? Do you not have enough business? Are you trying to get a deal closed? Are you trying to find a client? Are you trying to make something happen? Y'all, this is the one thing that I've learned about Grant Cardone and then reading 10X. And one thing that he talked about last night, the only thing stopping you is you. It's not the economy, it's not the market, it's not anything. The only thing stopping you is you. And I heard him last night. I mean, because literally Grant Cardone gets on these calls. We have this training, and he gets on these calls and he starts answering questions, right? Now, I want you to think about this. This dude has made billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Like he has a track record of success. That is a guy who has gone from this to this, and he's done it over and over and over again. He's proved it over and over and over again. Just one of those guys that just seems to have a knack, right, to be able to take a situation and go make money from it. And these people on this call have not made millions. The people on the call have not reached that level of financial success yet. And they ask him a question, and Grant says, "Well, here's what I'd go do." And then the people who he answers their question start bitching and arguing with him. That was the right word. And I'm like, if if I ask Grant Cardone a question about I've got this coffee mug. I like to find a way to go make money off this coffee mug. And Grant Cardone said, I think you ought to take that coffee mug, turn it upside down, or wear it on your head, or go do something else. Because in the past, well, here's what I've seen that has worked with this. I would take the coffee mug, turn it upside down, put it on my head, and go do it. Because I'm at a level here, and he's at a level here. He's got the track record of success. I don't know if it'll work or not. May not work, but it might. It might. So I'm going to go do those things. I'm going to do I'm going to take the instruction. I'm going to take the wisdom. I'm going to look at a track record of success and go try to give that a shot to see if I can make that happen for me. Life's full of challenges. Life's full of wisdom. Life's full of hope. Life's full of pain. It rains and the sun shines. It gets cold in the winter and it gets hot in the summer. It's beautiful in the fall, and I love spring. There are seasons. There are different times in our lives. It doesn't always work out like we want it to work out. It doesn't always go like we think it ought to go. It doesn't always pan out exactly like we think it ought to pan out. But there are solutions in every problem. There are opportunities in every single challenge. There are ways to increase who you are, what you do in chaos. Successful people seek to solve problems. They don't get stuck in the problem. They get dedicated to the solution. Successful people don't get stuck in the problem. They get dedicated to the solution. And when you're so dedicated to the solution and you're so dedicated to finding a way out, when your hope and your energy and your thoughts and your prayers and your emotions are all behind the solution, the light at the end of the tunnel, there's not a problem that can hold you down. There's not a challenge that can set you back. You become powerful. Your superhuman power starts to boil up inside of you. And you do this over and over and over again. You create a habit of success. You create a habit of overcoming. You create a habit of beating down those problems and finding those solutions. And then you become somebody who's unbeatable. You become somebody who's unbreakable. You become somebody who's unshakable. You become a person who wakes up every single day and says, "Give me some more." Because it doesn't matter what you throw at me, I'm going to be okay. It doesn't matter what you do to me, I'm going to find a way out of this. It doesn't matter what you chunk at me, I'm going to make this work for me and my family. I'm going to make this thing work. So what Grant Cardone says, and this is the reason I got on that, for those of you who have a problem right now, not enough clients, for those of you right now who don't have a real estate transaction, my challenge to you is get up today, challenge yourself to go make some new relationships, challenge yourself to go have some new conversations, challenge yourself out of your comfort zone to go make some phone calls, to go to Starbucks and meet somebody, go to a coffee shop, go to Publix, go to Denny's. I don't care what you do, but go find someone that you can have a real estate conversation with. You do what you've always done, you're going to get what you always have. If right now you have nothing, guess what? The behavior patterns that you've had to this point have gotten you this. If you don't have any clients or you don't have any transactions or you don't have any leads going right now or you don't have anything in your hopper, you can look back at your past 30, 60, 90 days and say, those things have got me this. You can continue to do those things if you want to. That's your prerogative. But continuing to do those things are going to continue to get you this. And I can give you leads, I could give you clients, I can give you people to talk to, but if you don't go do things to make those relationships, you have more of the same. So my challenge to you is this, it's the same challenge that Grant Cardone said last night. You got 7 days to go get a contract. Go find a solution to somebody's problem. You've got 7 days to go sign you a buyer. You've got 7 days to go find you a listing. Today is Wednesday. By next Wednesday, the 15th of February, you should have either a buyer brokerage agreement signed or a listing signed. Go find you something in the next 7 days. I promise you it is possible. I promise you it is out there. I promise you somebody else is going to get a listing in the next 7 days. There's another real estate agent in the area that you work in and the market you want to be in and the niche that you are and where you are right now. There is another real estate agent who's going to sign a buyer brokerage agreement with someone in the next 7 days. Why not let it be you? To get what you don't to get what you don't have, to get what you never had, you got to do what you've never done. If you can ever 10x your effort, that's that whole book, man. That's his book. It is doing 10 times more than you normally would do. It is working your face off to get what you want. It is working your face off to create the momentum to get to your dreams and desires. It is doing the thing that it takes, y'all. God has proven over and over and over again. He gives you dreams and desires, but he does it. It ain't a charity. He requires us to work it out. He requires us to walk out that dream and desire. He requires us to do the things, to embrace the challenges, to embrace the suck. He requires us to walk through that pain because you know what? For something that special, for something like your dreams and desires, that's that awesome, that's that fantastic, you got to be able to love it. You have to be able to appreciate it. You got to be able to go through the struggle to get to it because then it means something. If I hand you $100 or you earn $100, your earning of $100 means a whole lot more to you than me handing you $100. I want nothing but success for you guys, and I want nothing but joy and peace and happiness and your dreams and desires to come true. I want to look up 12 months from now and I want to see every single one of you, your life be different, your life be on the track, your life look like you want it to look. You're getting to drive the car you want to drive, go on the vacations you want to go on. You get the money in the bank that you want to have. You get the freedom, the time, and the energy to do the things that you want to do. That's what I want for you. But it's not going to happen just because you wake up and breathe. It's not going to happen just because I wake up and breathe. We've got to get super, super good at embracing the challenge. We've got to get really, really good at being able to find the solutions through the problems. So if you have a problem right now, if there's something you're dealing with right now that you would consider a challenge or a problem, my encouragement to you is today, I guess my challenge to you today, my I'm imploring you today to sit down with that problem because it's typically only one problem, maybe it's two problems, but there are so many solutions to those problems and start trying to figure out ways to alleviate those problems and those challenges. Start looking for ways to find problems to the or find solutions to those problems. Sit and be quiet. Get you a notepad and a pen and just start writing. I could do this. I could figure this out. I could call this person. I could wear different shoes. I could wear bigger shorts. I could put a hat on backwards. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, there are solutions to those problems. I promise. There are positive outcomes to those challenges. I promise. And when you become a solution maker, when you become a solution provider, when you become the silver lining in the dark cloud, y'all, that is like a superpower. They might as well give you a cape. Successful people seek solutions. They don't get stuck in the problems. Don't get stuck today. If you've got something that you need to work through, if there's a problem that you have, and maybe you don't see a way out, maybe you've bumped your head, and hey, I promise you, there are some problems that we have that we have banged our head against the wall. We've banged our head against that problem so many times that we are just that close to giving up, but we've almost shut down our imagination to finding a solution. If that's the case and you've got one of those types of problems, and every time you come up against it, you can't seem to find a solution, call me, call Christy. Get with somebody in your group, get with somebody in your accountability group, get a partner, get a collaborative partner, get somebody that you can talk to, who you can bounce things off of and bounce ideas off of. And I promise you, a solution will reveal itself. There's always a solution. Okay. There's always one. The sun always comes up in the morning, always does. Just because you can't see the sun doesn't mean it's not there. Okay. Promise you it's there. Sometimes you need some help. Sometimes you just need an airplane to get you through the clouds. All right. Y'all have a flipping awesome day on Wednesday. We're gonna have an awesome day on Wednesday. Look forward to seeing some of you soon. Look forward to there's just some really cool things going on. Really, really cool things going on. Super excited about where we're going. Super excited about what's happening right now. Um, If you're of the praying sort, all the prayers you can, I know y'all lift us up. Y'all bring it, bring it. Be blessed, fam. Absolutely, Lynn Garrison. Be blessed. Be blessed today. Okay. There's something great out there for you today. What, baby? What'd you say? Oh, she said, Zeke, come on. Sorry. I love y'all. Be good. Be great. Be you today. Go be a problem solver. Go be a solution seeker. Go do something awesome today. Bye, y'all.